I thought that we would talk about a little thing that's going on. Now, this is a newish trend. It's actually been going on for about a year or two now.
Okay,
but
educate me.
Every time a new Chinese sympathizer, CCP shill, or paid YouTuber starts making videos about China. Yeah, incentivized or paid, either or. As soon as they start their career on YouTube, number one, they usually make videos that attack us as part of their repertoire. Number two, they make videos about the amazing trains and the high-speed rail. Number three, they'll go to like some big mega project and they'll be like, look how advanced China is compared to the West. Okay, those are the typical things. But there's another one that they all do, and that is, where's China's homeless people? Chinese people don't have homeless people.
Oh, yeah, I've seen these pop up on the
So, I mean, it's a script. It's part of their repertoire. Every single one of the shills do this. And you can actually just look, searching for homeless in China. Why aren't there homeless people in China? This kind of thing.
Right.
As you can see,
they've been doing it for a couple of years now.
Yes, some of them. Like searching the streets of China at 2 a.m. for homeless people. Searching for homeless people in China. You see what I mean? This is actually just
if you've been to China, then you know how absurd this concept is.
Now, the thing is, a lot of these people, to be fair, some of them are just ignorant. They live in the downtown bigger cities, like they might live in Shanghai or something. And if you live in a nice area and you go to all the sort of areas foreigners normally go, you won't see homeless people there.
Yeah.
Very rarely. Very rarely, right?
Yeah.
So those people that live in these little bubbles, you can understand it. But a lot of them obviously know they're homeless people because it's almost impossible to not see them.
I mean, you have to. I remember one clip from one of these propaganda dudes.
Yeah.
And he was, in his video, he set out in a major city, a rich city, in a main area.
Yeah.
To show that there was no homeless people. And as he said it, there was a homeless person. So he took the camera and he goes, and then he goes, and by the way, and there's no things like beggars or something. And then there's a beggar. And then he goes, whoop. And he's
I put that clip on Twitter. It's hilarious because you actually cannot escape. That. Yeah. So this footage was taken last week. Okay. And this is in the Longhua, so it's in the Longhua bus station or whatever down there. And you could see that the homeless people are everywhere.
I mean, this is what I saw when I lived in China.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very
Now, the thing is, those foreigners making these videos, I guess they're not going to go to the train station or the bus station in the middle of the night.
I mean, at the same time, I saw this outside my window and living in a pretty big city all the time in a main area where there were foreigners walking around.
These clips, I specifically got new clips from last week to show you. So it's not some ancient clip that's
isn't shocking
outdated.
To me. This is what I saw when I lived in China.
Yeah.
It's very normal.
The difference between homeless people in China and in the West is in the West, homeless people tend to camp out. And they stay in the same spot all the time. In China, you can't. You have to keep moving. So you might be, you see they don't have a lot of possessions with them, just their blankets and stuff. They might be sleeping under this bridge one night. Next time they're at the train, they have to move every day. They're kind of nomadic.
There were people that the constant ones I would see are the under the bridge people.
Yes.
I would go by them every time and they would rob people and stuff. And they were bad. And the cops never did anything about them. But the transient ones would go back to the general same location. They'd sleep under these awnings on those under those shops, and it would always be, you'd see them pop up at night.
Yes.
Then when I would wake up and go to work, I would always see them, but then maybe an hour afterwards, if I went to go buy a coffee or like a milk or something, from a shop, they would have already picked up and moved down to the park or something.
Yeah.
But they were in main areas. It's everywhere.
Course. It is everywhere. But here, like for instance, this clip is also recent, and this is in Guangdong right now. They're clearing out all of the spots where homeless people are staying. You can see the cops here. So under the bridges, parks, places where the homeless people can be found, they are actually just going in there and clearing them all out. Now, a lot of people, for instance, this under this bridge, because it's got good lighting, is that weird live streamer homeless thing going on, which we have to cover at some point. You're going to cover it soon. But here they're interviewing them. They just got kicked out of... their little live streaming, their little homeless thing. Here, take a look in the background. You can see the mega projects in the background.
Yeah, this isn't like an obscure area.
No. These are, by the way, I got these clips are from all over China. It's not just one city or one province. And that's the thing. You can see the fancy buildings in the background, like a stadium or whatever's over there.
Yeah.
You hear the homeless people.
I just think it's such a weird thing to deny. It's like nobody in America would deny that there's homeless people.
No,
right?
in fact,
I don't understand the whole
celebrated.
denial. It's denied to such a degree in China. They must really care about that that issue on the surface because, and I think it's one of those situations where you picked on the wrong bully because or you're bullying the wrong person.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they went after America for the homeless problem. America goes, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And then when people are like, wait a minute, I've been to China. I've seen a ton of homeless people. What are you talking about? And the story's flipped. Then they've done this huge state-sponsored propaganda campaign against America. America admits its fault.
Yeah.
Then people go back and ask the same question, like, and they get their influencers.
Yes, exactly.
Go down this main road here.
Yes,
and
exactly.
And film and say, I can't see any homeless people. And you can see it. Like, there wouldn't be a trend of people doing that unless there was some state mandate that has inspired this.
Anyway, like this particular situation, delivery drivers for ulama and those kind of things in China, they cannot afford rent. They can't make enough money. So a lot of them are homeless.
Yes.
Like this guy. He's got his delivery bike there. You can see he's got the Meituan helmet. You see the yellow one?
Yeah.
So he's got his uniform and his helmet, and he's sleeping under a bridge in this freezing cold winter setup. And then when he wakes up, he goes and does his delivery. There's another bike there. There's more than one.
There's actually a pretty big problem with homelessness with delivery drivers because they don't have a livable wage.
Yeah, they don't. So they sleep under bridges, whatever they can, get on their bike in the morning and go. Now,
someone said something good. It's like, what country doesn't have a homelessness problem?
Yeah.
But China pretends like it doesn't. And it's so weird to me because I saw it everywhere.
not only do they not pretend, they actually incentivize foreigners and foreign vloggers and YouTubers to go out and say, oh, look, there's no homeless people here.
It's such a weird thing to lie about to me.
I know.
Because it's something you can physically see. It's like you could lie about, drugs. That would be much harder because China has massive drug problems, but you would have to actively search for that.
And you'd have to speak the language.
But homelessness, you can see it with your eyes, so you're not going to be able to deny it.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're blind.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Now, here's an interesting clip, and this can explain why a lot of these vloggers living in the bubbles don't see homeless people. Because here, okay, and please pay attention, you saw the homeless people. I'll just rewind a little bit here, okay? You can see you see the homeless people lined up over there, okay? That's a whole whack of homeless people. I don't know how many are there. Let's say 50 odd, 100 odd. If you went all the way down, there's a lot of homeless people there. On this side, they're doing a little PR stunt, okay? The cops are there.
Yeah.
And it's very important to see. Take a look.
I saw his back of his vest.
Yeah, let's see. They got signs up here.
Yeah.
That says,
oh my gosh,
charity accommodation, or basically it's like, this is a homeless shelter type situation. They're coming there to help these people, but are they? Look at the police guys with those like cattle prod things. What do you call those, like sheep neck things? You know what I'm talking about?
People holders.
It's like basically
shepherds.
So what they do with that is, if you look, they've got this long pole with like a yoke. You see they's holding that up? And that is to literally force, and, if anyone tries to attack you or something, you can hold them back or hold them down. But it's also to, like, forcefully move people along. Yeah. So what these guys are doing is, under the guise of being a charitable, like a homeless shelter type thing, they come there and they round these people up and force them into trucks and buses or whatever, and then bust them out of the city. Now, here we have more homeless people being evicted from underneath a bridge. Now, remember, you're not seeing them because they have to move around to avoid the cops all the time. And when they do get bussed off, it's pretty horrible what they do. Because, these homeless people don't have money, right?
No.
Now,
that's the homelessness.
Also, of course, they don't have a residence permit, hukou. Now, the hukou is what you get when you're born in a city. I mean, you can apply for a hukou if you come from another place, but it's very difficult, right? So it's kind of like an internal passport within China.
That's right. It's actually invented by the Soviet Union.
Yep.
And China still uses it.
Yeah, so if you don't have that passport for that city and you get rounded up by the cops as a homeless person, they will put you on a bus and send you however many hundreds or thousands of miles away to your hometown where your hukou is.
Yes.
Okay? And because these people don't have money, it's incredibly difficult for them to make their way back.
Yes.
So you end up in the middle of the countryside. You might, if you're lucky, have relatives out there, where you come from. Yeah. Maybe not. Yeah. But they dump you off there and that's it, right? They put you on a crappy, slow bus all the way. And that's why a lot of the people in the big cities are like, oh, there are no homeless people. But that's because you're walking around like freaking Shanghai or Beijing, right?
Yes.
The thing is, just to reiterate, homelessness is an issue in China. Homelessness is a big issue in China. And unfortunately, it's completely swept under the rug and it's censored. And then they have propaganda out there to try and pretend like it doesn't exist.
It's almost like if you ever see a campaign about
like we filmed that. Look, that's you in the background there, right? Up there.
There was a whole camp there.
Yeah. Look, I mean, the fact that I got tons of footage of homeless people I filmed myself.
Yeah.
And there is tons of this stuff to find if you want from Chinese people online. It's a real thing. It's not fake.
My point is to really sum up how you can always see if something's an issue or not is if China has a massive campaign that lines up with the same topic with many influencers and they're pushing and pushing and pushing to say something doesn't exist.
Out of nowhere, right?
Then that means not only does it exist, it's a huge problem.
Being homeless in China, it can be kind of hazardous.
Yes.
Not only do you have to worry about the cops coming to round you up all the time and shoo you away or hose you down with water or whatever, but this could happen. You could be just sleeping there and someone almost kills you with a bike.
No, they didn't kill anyone. No one got hurt.
No, look, he's fine. That was like a close miss.
YouTube, chill out.
A near miss. Is that what you say? It's a freaking near. I just kind of want to play that again. So
sure.
Here's this homeless dude's found this nice little alcove here, right? He's just, he looks like a wrapped rug.
It looks like in a cartoon when they wrap someone up in a rug and then it's like a cigar.
Dude, I bet you he did that on purpose so it doesn't look like a person.
Yes.
So that if people walk past, they just think it's a rolled up rug.
That's true.
You know, so he's all cool.
How I can tell it's China is the cement blocks with the poles in it.
Yeah. Anyway, he's just chilling out. He's like, I've got my place to sleep. And all of a sudden, you know, like, wham, someone crashes there. Lands on top of him. He's like, whoa.
Bam. That's a weird e-bike.
Yeah, it's like I don't remember ordering it's not an e-bike, it's a real bike.
Oh.
See, I don't remember ordering a middle-aged auntie. What's going on here, you know? Anyway.
Yeah. He's like, what the hell? It's, you know, in cartoons they roll some up in a rug.
Yeah, he looks
it's
like
really
that.
like that.
Anyway.
Last
thing on the homeless thing, promise, is we got to hark back to this really hilarious Reddit thread from 3 years ago. Okay?
Yes.
Because this homeless thing has been going on forever. So
this is on I won't say the name of the subreddit. I just want to preface this.
Well,
this is Chinese propaganda.
we will say it because it's in here.
Oh, okay.
But there is a pro-China Reddit called r/Sino, which is
pro-CCP.
Pro-CCP, sorry, yeah, not China, it's pro-CCP Reddit. And they love to do these like hypothetical questions. They're like, if China's so bad, then why are there no homeless people type thing, right?
They also like to defame us all
the
the time.
Of course. But I mean, they do these stupid questions just so that they can like basically say China's amazing. But they try to pretend like, so they start this. Is homelessness common in China? I imagine the PRC has social programs to combat this. No.
That's such a Quora question where it's already
Quora is like this.
Yeah, they know what they're trying to do here. They're trying to instigate a conversation where everyone's like, yes, indeed. Yeah. I'm so glad you asked. Here's the government website where they highlight.
So people are like, no, it isn't. And that it's incredibly rare. That's why Chinese tourists are always shocked by how many homeless people there are in Western cities like Paris and New York. Now, you see where this is going. This is that whole whitewashing thing.
It's also a straw man.
Yeah, it's a straw man, gaslighting, whatever you want to call it. This is a nonsense over here. And then for Chinese people and anyone influenced by Confucian thought, homelessness is heavily looked down upon and is to be prevented as much as possible. It's seen as a mismanagement or failing society.
Thought is what prevents homelessness in China.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
You see, it's this is like some fantasy that people are having about the Far East, the Orient or something like, they know what they're...
Collective society, remember that old
it's such nonsense.
Yeah, just because everyone cares about each other.
Yeah, so here's the fun part. Someone says, as someone living in China, I've seen a lot of homeless people. Heck, I could probably go outside right now and within a few minutes, find 4 or 5. And so he does. He goes outside. See, it's 9 hours. Yeah, it's like, there you go. Walks outside. Okay, and takes...
So these are all these Westerners that are pretending that, they love the CCP and pretending like China's utopia. So he's like, what are you talking... He might even think so, but he's like, well, I'm going to go downstairs real quick.
So the fun thing is he goes downstairs and he puts the r/Sino, because that's where he was posting this, puts the date, January 3rd, 2020, and he takes photos of 4 homeless people that he finds immediately.
Right outside his door.
Right outside his door. And that's the truth of the matter is you've got all these people online saying like it's a utopia. This Confucian thing, you'd never find homeless people. It's looked down upon. That's why everyone's shocked when they go to the West to see homeless people. Bullshit. All right? And that's why he said, I've been living in China. I bet if I went outside, I'd find some. And guess what? He does. He goes outside, he finds 4, he takes photos of them, immediately posts them in there, and then directly after actually posting that, he gets banned, permanently banned from our site.
I got perma-banned, and they say this thing. It's very funny.
Yeah.
This is the... okay, it says...
Note from moderators.
So read this. It says, Tiananmen Square is vindicated by China's development, and anti-terror system in Xinjiang is working. End result for Hong Kong is the same as 1997, regardless of rioters. You know it's true, even if you don't like it. There's nothing you can do about it. Go cry an R Westerner. U.S. has the world's highest rate of children in detention. U.S. is the greatest threat to world peace. And they go through. That's the ban note.
That's
By the way,
ban
I got
notice.
that.
You got that?
I wanted to actually go on there to talk about something. Ages ago, and I just was like, "Hey guys, like, good to be here." Something innocuous, and they banned you
immediately
within seconds. But I didn't even do anything.
You see how the Chinese system works, and I'm not just talking about with this homeless thing. It's anything. They will put out the image they want. If anyone actually challenges that image, what do? They censor.
Yeah.
Like this guy, he actually lives in China. Like we were living in China at the time, just before. I left in 2019. That's 2020. We were there. If we go and show something online, they're like, he's a liar.
Yes.
But we're showing the footage. We're like, no, look, it's actually that. They're like, no, he's a liar. He's anti-Chinese, a racist. Don't listen to him. Yeah. It's like, dude, what? Like, it's true. Like,
but we've gotten to a point where they don't care about the hypocrisy anymore. People like this, the tankies and all those kind of people, they are vindicated. Like that sentence says, they're vindicated in that even if they're lying and they know. And I've actually seen one of them say this.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if what you're saying is not the truth. If the end goal is that we achieve communism, right?
Right.
If the end goal that we achieve a socialist utopia like China and North Korea and stuff. They believe this stuff so much that even if they know that what they're saying isn't correct, it doesn't matter because in the end justifies the means.
Yeah.
It's truly a dystopian way of thinking, and it's nuts, and it's not even worth entertaining.
Exactly.
It's insane.
The end result, everybody, is I would like to very clearly put this out there that there is a homeless problem in China. There are homeless people in China, and trying to hide them and sweep them under the rug is just doing a massive disservice to them. Okay? I know a lot of you out there probably think, great, it's good to clean up the streets and get the homeless people off the streets. But think about that from your own personal freedom point of view. It doesn't just begin and end at homeless people.
No.
Okay,
no.
Anyone who's doing something the Chinese government deems undesirable, like, I don't know, singing a certain kind of song or, wearing a certain type of clothing, that could be you.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't stop with homeless people. It goes throughout the entire society in every level. And it's scary because they will not only disappear or deal with you, but they will also hide it and put out these useful idiot Western propagandists to go out there on YouTube and say, look, this isn't a problem in China. And shame on you, all the people that are doing this, because all you're doing is hurting the people of China. You're hurting the unfortunate, homeless people, the people that are really struggling. You are spitting on them by going out there and saying they don't exist.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just reading some chat. Those are American homeless. You ship them in. That's the logic.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, you might see popping up on your YouTube feeds all this, they're homeless in China. Or, it's late at night, I'm 1 a.m. searching for homeless people. Like, where are the homeless people? Now you know where they are. They're there. They're just under the bridges. They're at the train stations. They're
outside the shops.
Wherever they can find a place to sleep when they're not being harassed or rounded up by freaking cattle prod, like herding things. Yeah. And being sent off into the middle of nowhere to just, fend for themselves.
Pretty ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Welcome to the second annual China Show Royal Rumble.
Oh, Mao Zedong kicking the shit out of old Daruchi. Jonty just knocked out Mao Zedong. Oh, come on, Jonty. Give me a break. Yeah, he's obviously tired of me making fun of him. Daruchi just got Xi Jinping out of the ring. What, you're beating me up now? Come on. What the hell?
Chinese ox. This is going to get dangerous.
Oh, Dear Wong, hanging on for dear life.
For dear life.
Yeah. Hold on, Rick. You can get back in. Come on.
And this is where Sina is out. She is out.
Man.
Oh.
What is going on here? Oh, there goes Gingerbot. Come on, Tractor, kick him in the ball sack.
Oh, he's hold on. He's hold on. He's hold on.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind